Welcome to This Week in West Hempstead, sponsored this week by Spiegel Law PC, 5168-731-683. Let us solve your problems. And by Tiffany Dry Cleaners, pickup and delivery in West Hempstead and surrounding communities, 718-309-5222. And by your friends at I&D Glot Market, 327 Hempstead Avenue, for all of your shopping, especially Passover needs. Here are your hosts, David and Norm. Take it away, gentlemen.
All right, thank you, Dan and Norm. It's great to be at Riesterer.
I love this place.
Adam, it's great to see you as well. And we're on location. We're at Riesterer's. It's a couple of days before Passover, and what better place to be than a bakery? Because we're not going to be able to be here for a little bit. Let's kick off the discussion and talk a little about the school board. We're getting into the season. Adam, you were at the most recent elections. I mean, at the most, what happened?
Unsurprisingly, the budget was adopted by the board. The vote was 6-1. The dissenting vote coming from Trustee Bert Blass, who made it clear he feels that the budget must be cut, that hard times are ahead, and dipping into reserves. Nobody wants to dip into reserves. He's afraid of people becoming too comfortable dipping into the reserves, apparently. He feels that the budget really has to be cut down. So his vote is the dissenting vote. Obviously, it was going to pass either way, but now the vote goes to the public to vote on.
So, Adam, what are the dates that we have going forward?
May 7th will be an open hearing before the vote. People can answer any questions. And by the way, the board is very, very forthcoming about the information. There's a PowerPoint presentation. Brian Phillips, the assistant superintendent, has all the facts. Happy to answer any questions. So the public, if you do have any questions, you can. I think you can attend virtually, but many people do attend in person in the auditorium in the high school. Following after that, the 21st, there will be a full vote for the community, which we can expect will be very interesting to see.
And all along the way, we expect to be interviewing the candidates.
Yeah, absolutely.
Two new people who are running.
The two new people. Who's that?
Kushner.
Rachel Kushner, who's a doctor in the community, as well as Aaron Zelig.
Aaron Zelig, yeah. So we did have an initial interview with Aaron, and that was before he decided to run. I think we're going to scrap that interview for now and just interview him all over again. So we have that. And also we're going to be interviewing Karen Brom and Brian Phillips, as we always interview the head of the school board, and that should be an amazing interview as well.
I think, though, we should call out, as we always do, you got to come out and vote. Last year, this has happened the first time the vote went. It was like lousy turnout, and then again,
more
the whole
important
fight
than that,
started.
be an educated voter, no pun intended. Learn about take a look at the budget. Everything is online. All the questions are to be answered. Learn about it. I think what the school board really needs is constructive solutions to try and they want them. They want to be able to cut the budget. They're looking at costs that really are out of control, that are beyond their control. Top of the list is transportation, employee benefits. These things are really spiraling out of control.
Yeah.
If people have ideas where to cut the budget to make room for that, they should bring them.
Well, I'm trying to understand whether the state has made a commitment to what the education
The
budget.
state budget is not final yet.
It's not
That
finalized, so
even
we're all
further
playing with
complicates
numbers
it.
that are all.
We may end up
fungible.
passing a budget without knowing the final amount to spend.
I don't know how that's possible, really.
Yeah, it continues to be a very difficult budget cycle. We don't know where it all nets out. The last two budget cycles for West Hempstead got shot down in the first pass. It's very possible that it's going to happen again at this point. Who knows? I mean, it's very interesting. I also thought it was interesting that David Lazar did not vote with Bert Blass. And so there's all sorts of different dynamics that are going to be played out over the next few weeks. But to your point, people think that they're interested in education. But I can tell you from all my years at News 12, there's tremendous apathy where people say, yeah, we really want to be involved, but then when it comes to even just going to the school and vote, the numbers are so low. So if you really care about the schools and you care about the budgets, just go out and vote. It's as simple as that.
What's not helpful, though, and I talked about this last week, unfortunately I have to talk about it again because it was brought up again at the meeting, is this idea about the religious institutions getting their tax break, which is allowed by law. And it's not helpful to keep bringing that up because it's money that's not in the budget. It's not going to be in the budget. It's not going to be in the tax base because it's just not. and that's the way it works in the city, the county.
No, it's just a distraction, irrelevant distraction.
A distraction from coming up with concrete solutions to cut the budget, to talk about this institution or that institution isn't paying taxes anymore. And you know what, if people want to, donate, and it was even brought up also as well about people grieving their taxes. When people grieve their taxes, that takes money away from the levy. And anybody who wants to is perfectly capable of donating more to the school.
Yeah, they'll take your check.
They'll take it.
Or Norm win Lotto. We're still waiting.
Right.
I got it, guys.
Yeah. Or you can ask these institutions to voluntarily start paying their taxes, which they're not going to.
Yeah.
So, but when people keep bringing that up, it serves two purposes. Number one, it's divisive because it promotes this idea that if not for these institutions not paying taxes, we'd have enough money for the budget. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
It also suggests that people are being hypocritical if they support these institutions, or they're part of these institutions, and they're not paying taxes. But that's just wrong and it's divisive. People should really stick to coming up with productive solutions to cut the budget, and not focus on things that are just not really part of it. And really, when they come up in the meetings, it's beneath the dignity of those proceedings.
Absolutely, and it's a misdirection. So we're coming up upon Passover, and Passover, the first Seder night, will begin on Monday night. And first, a public service announcement. If you're going to be koshering your kitchen, be very, very concerned about fire safety, and make sure your windows are open.
Right, so let's explain that. So for a lot of people who observe Passover, the cleaning of the oven is a big deal, and it's almost a requirement. If you're going to be doing that, there is a process to do it safely.
Do it safely, yeah, and be careful. And I had the fire department come in once in my house when I put the grates in my self-cleaning oven, and next thing you know, the fire department was over. And we're hearing that there are calls already going out this year. So please, please, whoever's out there, be smart, be safe, have a great Passover.
Speaking of maybe safe fire practices, they are going to be doing the burning at Holz Pond.
Yes.
Holz Pond, I'm sorry, excuse me.
So
Echo Park.
on Monday between 9 and 11:30 at Holz Pond, at Echo Park rather. Echo Park, the fire department is going to be supervising the burning of bread, which is also a tradition in the Passover holiday, right before the holiday.
One second, Don Clavin's not supervising?
Yeah.
It says, a supervisor, I'm sorry.
Don Clavin is the guy who sends cards.
Oh, okay.
He's a mail, I think he's just a mail guy, that's it.
Okay.
But he sent a card, and he's letting us know that they're going to have a fire burning in Echo Park, and it'll be supervised by the fire department. Safest way to do it.
Kudos to him for showing up personally and connecting with the Jewish community.
It's really a great service.
It's nice to see his support.
No,
It's
this
nice
is
to see him
super.
coming to spend time with the community.
Super idea.
And I will suggest not wrapping things in saran wrap or plastic wrap. It burns better if you just stick it in something that is flammable.
Exactly.
And the Echo.
Use a paper bag. And I think this will be a good time for us to take a quick commercial break.
Tiffany Dry Cleaner is ready to handle all your cleaning, laundering, and dry cleaning needs. We offer free pickup and delivery Sunday to Friday in all communities. Give us a shot.
And we're back.
I'm happy about Tiffany Dry Cleaners. I had the experience to call them. I like when you call a business, by the way, and you get the owner on the phone, which I do. And it's rare, but it's really welcome when you call up and you have a service and he answers the phone himself. I enjoyed talking to Jeff. They came very promptly, picked up my clothes. Didn't get them back yet. I assume they'll be very nicely.
Yeah, you know what? Jeff cares about people, and he cares about their safety, and he cares about doing it the right way and doing it the best way. And yeah, so
I love small businesses, closely held businesses like this one here in Riesterer, is when you get to talk to the people who run the place and they know you, and it's a nice
great.
personal touch as opposed to chains.
So let's talk a little bit about paving. The earth shook for the earthquake. The earth shakes sometimes when the pavers come through, but they may not be doing a complete job, right?
It's just strange. When you drive around town, you see there's no discernible pattern to it. And there's a street, Dan has a picture that we can show you, but there's some streets that they seem to have done literally half the job. Like one side of the street, and the other, did they run out of asphalt? I'm not sure.
Probably.
I'm not sure what happened.
Well, it's gotta be.
Or maybe
You would think they could
one side of the street has more influence. I don't know.
You would think they would take the presidential section and just do the whole presidential section. You wouldn't be going piecemeal, but apparently that's what they're doing.
We're not engineers. We don't know how these things work. It's just curious to see. I assume within a period of time we'll have the whole street.
We think it's rocket scientry, but it's probably just some bureaucratic whatever.
Meanwhile, the mechanics in the neighborhood are making out nicely from the shock absorbers that have to be replaced.
Yeah, exactly. And Norm, we have a Holocaust Commemoration Day coming up, and there's some special speakers.
Yeah, well, we're living in really, trying times in the Jewish community with anti-Semitism rampant all around the globe. But there is one time of the year in which we celebrate the remembrance of the Holocaust. This year at Nancy Spielberg will be speaking. She's yeah, it's familiar as should be. It's his sister, and Steven Spielberg's sister has been putting out films. Recent one on the Holocaust. She'll be speaking in West Hempstead in person on Sharei Shalom. It's Sunday, May 5th at 7 p.m. The community is invited. They're at 11 Dogwood Avenue. And she should have some pretty interesting things to say about her recent projects.
Right, and there's also a program going on the same night over at the Young Israel
At the Young Israel in town, and actually throughout the United States.
Yeah, and this year, more importantly than ever, as you pointed out. And again, May 5th, 7 p.m. At the
Sharei Shalom.
Sharei Shalom. And we're also coming around if you're looking for something to do.
Sunday.
This Sunday, April 21st, there's the Spring Dust-Off Car Show. And this is going to be at Point Lookout. And so if you're a big car enthusiast and you want to do something with your kids, there's a great opportunity.
And that wraps it up for our week.
I think that's going to be a wrap, and I hear my bread being sliced, so I think it's time for us to go. So I want to thank you, Dan. I want to thank you, Norm. I want to thank you, Adam. It's another great show for This Week in West Hempstead. Enjoy your holiday. Have a great week.
Happy Passover.
Take care.
Thanks for watching, everybody. As always, if you would like to sponsor our program, much like Spiegel Law PC, Tiffany Dry Cleaners, or IND Glot Market, please reach out to us at sales@westhempsteadecho.com.
Shop at IND Glot. We have everything for you for Pesach. Fully lines of groceries, meat and chicken department, fresh produce, and the best takeout for the holiday. All the matzah in the world you need. Shmura from Israel, from Canada, from Brooklyn, just kidding. We have the best prices for Passover. And of course, we extended our hours for your convenience to come and shop here. I wish all of my customers a happy Chag Kasher v'Sameach for you and your family, from IND Glad families.